Hello, I'm the Diabetic Walker and welcome back to another video. Yep, so we're back out in the New Forest, my favourite place to be for another walk, or a bit of a ramble really. Haven't really made any plans, but we've just left the train station at Brockenhurst and we're heading towards Boldre, I think it's called. Never really quite sure how to pronounce that. I guess if it had a hyphen, it would be Boldre. I'm going to go with Boldre. I'm not going to make this too much of a long one. Might be about 8 or 10 miles. Not sure, so I haven't really planned it. Very glad to be back out here today. I haven't been out for about 3 weeks. I've just been very busy. What have I been up to then in those 3 weeks? Just been very busy with work. Last Sunday, a friend of mine offered to do a photo shoot for Days of Closure, my band. Photographs that we're going to use for our social media pages when we get them set up. Shout out to Tony, thank you very much for that, mate. Really appreciate it. Well, this is all new. Not seen all this before. Yeah, so this is Roydon Woods that we're entering now. We have been here before on the channel. Had a bit of a funny day with my diabetes today. Had another hypo in the night. I got up, checked that it was a hypo. My alarm went off. I got up, treated the hypo, and then quickly checked with the sensor again. It hadn't even dropped below 6. And I've never known the alarm go off anything that high before. Now I know that there is a problem with these sensors. What do they call it? Compression something. Basically when you're laying in bed on your sensor, it can sometimes set off the alarm. Yep, so I treated the hypo and then my high glucose alarm, which I've only just recently turned on. You can turn them off and on whenever you want. I didn't get up and take any insulin. It was only up to sort of 12, 13. I don't normally take any insulin when I'm coming out on these walks, but because when I get up my sugars were already high and I had to have some breakfast, I did take 2 units of insulin. My sugars then rocketed to about 17 or 18, so I headed off to the station to catch my train, which isn't far. It's only a 10-minute walk or so. Really shouldn't have burnt up too much sugar in that time, but I did. They dropped to 5. Treated that, got on the train, they rocketed back up again to 17. It's just been crazy. I've just had to have another chocolate biscuit now, so a bit of sugar, a bit of carbs. They dropped to 5. I can feel them dropping. When they drop quick, I always feel it. It's not been hard walking, it's just been a real roller coaster ride today. So I woke up this morning with a bit of a crick in my neck. Well, in these parts, a crick in the neck means like an ache where you've laid funny. Yeah, crick in the neck. If you are watching this video from other parts of the country or even abroad, overseas, firstly, thank you very much for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. Secondly, let me tell you where exactly we are. So I'm in Hampshire, and that's in the south of England. So yeah, crick in the neck. I'm pretty sure that is a Hampshire saying. I might be wrong. Put it in the comments if you say crick in the neck in your part of the world. So the Hampshire accent is a bit of a funny mix of accents, I think. I don't think I've really got the best example of a Hampshire accent, but there is something called the Hampshire burr. And the Hampshire burr, although it's a little bit of a country accent, I think it's more to do with the accent and the way that we kind of roll our words. into each other, which I know I do sometimes, but there are better examples of it. Check it out, I'm sure there's something on YouTube. The Hampshire butter. Come off that track now and we're on a proper road, country road, and as you saw from the sign, we're heading down into Boldre. So just stopped here to have a quick water break at this bench, and now we're going to make our way back to Brockenhurst. We're going to go back on ourselves a little bit and go up Sandy Down Lane, only because the other alternative is a much busier road, and we don't really want to do that, do we? Well, I don't. Well, here we are. We've reached our turn off of Roydon Road. We're now going up this way to lower Sandy Down. That was the way we came down earlier. Not been here before. Let's see what it's like. I'll just put the camera away to get my phone out because I can't hold both in my hands at the same time, so I can check my sugars. Typical, as soon as I put the camera away, there was a deer running alongside me in the forest there. Tried to capture a shot of it, but I don't think I did. Right, I'm going to take this footpath now. It's just a bit of a shortcut. It does show on the map, to be fair, but I didn't see it. Pretty little woodland. Like I said at the beginning, I haven't mapped this walk out. I was just going from plan A, Brockenhurst, to plan B, Boldre, and then finding our way back, but on a different route. So although I've never walked around here before, I do know where it's taking us. This road is going to take us directly onto the Southampton road. We could follow that back to Brockenhurst, but it's pretty busy. We're going to go across Setley Plain and make our way back to Brockenhurst station from there. So we've walked just over 4 miles. So I think my estimation of 8 to 9 miles wasn't too far wrong. Might be slightly less than that. Might be slightly more if I get lost. Realised I haven't seen one pony today. You can hear them. And the gall's behind me there. But I haven't seen one yet. That's unheard of in the New Forest. They're everywhere. So there we are then. As soon as I said not seen ponies, there they are. And a very young foal with them, so we're not going to get any closer than this. Well, it wouldn't be the New Forest if we hadn't seen some ponies, would it? I was going to follow this road that we're walking alongside now up to the B3052 and walk back to Brockenhurst that way. But unusually for me, I've decided to change my mind, and just up ahead of us here is Tile Barn Lane, which is not as busy. That's the road we're going to take back. I'm on Tile Barn Lane now. I've walked down this lane many times. Have I filmed here before? I really can't remember, to be honest. So this is Tile Barn Activity Centre. I think I mentioned it before in one of the other videos when I saw some young kids backpacking, possibly orienteering. I think this is where they were probably staying at. I mentioned then that I'd been there as a kid myself when I was probably 9 or 10. As far as I can remember, that was a long time ago. Yeah, it was a good time though. Can't believe it's still open. Glad it is. We're nearly at the end of Tile Barn Road. You can probably hear the traffic up ahead of us. That's the Lymington Road. We're going to cross over that, and then it's a short walk back to Church Lane, and that was the way that we went out on. I think we come out by the St Nicholas Church that we filmed a little bit earlier. So it's nearly 6 miles to this point. Sugars are 8.2 and it's 11:15. We left the station at around 9:15, so 2 hours walking, 6 miles. That's a pretty slow pace as always. When you're filming, you stop in and this and that, checking my sugars. Right, I'll bring you back when I've crossed the Lymington Road here. I've bought myself a new pair of socks, and this is the first time that I've worn them out. I thought they were irritating my heel, so I stopped just about there. Tried to pull them up, sort them out. Yeah, had a bit of twig stuck in my boot. I'm quite glad that it wasn't the socks, because they cost me £26. They have been around for quite a few years. They're called Darn Tough Socks. They're highly recommended by a lot of people, and I've resisted buying them simply because of the cost. But I thought, what the hell. So far, very pleased. My feet aren't sweating, so any sweat that you do emit will be soaked up by the merino wool. Seems like a crazy amount of money to spend on a pair of socks. We'll see how we get on with them, see if they're worth their money. 11:30, maybe a little bit too early for lunch, but got a nice bench here to sit on. I was getting a little bit peckish anyway, so what the hell. I think I'll take my normal full units of insulin when I've eaten this, because it's only a short walk back to Brockenhurst, and then we're going to be sat on the train inactive for about 45 minutes. I think the journey is back. As I mentioned earlier, my friend and I in the band Days of Tomorrow, by the end of this year we're going to be going into the studio and we're just going to record a couple of tracks. But I think we may record a song that we done called Brusher Mills. If you've watched all of my videos, you would have seen I told you a story about Harry Brusher Mills, and we wrote a song about it. So I'm almost back to Brockenhurst train station now. Just thought I'd stop here by the St Nicholas Church with that beautiful massive yew tree behind us. I hope you've enjoyed this walk. It's been really good for me to get out, even with the highs and lows that I had last night and early this morning. I've still managed to keep my spirits up. I still feel I'm not tired today, which is good. So thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I've been Lee, the Diabetic Walker.